Hello, my friends. How you doing today? Top of the morning to ya. Anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to my little adversaries out there. You guys are gonna go down. That's right. All your dirty laundry is coming out and being brought to light, and you will have your day in justice. You will be taken down to where you need to be for all your crimes and all the crimes against humanity, against your brothers and sisters. But you guys, most of you aren't human, so it don't matter anyway, does it? Anyway, justice is coming. You'll see the invisible hand taking control right now, and if you haven't seen it, then you're not seeing everything, and you will definitely see it because it's coming your way, and it's coming for Laura. Laura from Ireland, targeted individual from Ireland. Laura, they're gonna go down. So you keep your head up, honey. Love you, Laura. Okay, that's all I have for that message. Anyway, heavy tea. Yeah, my friend Laura, she's a targeted individual in Ireland. She got taken down, so I just did a little shout out for her. She knows what's going on. She knows she knows exactly what the fuck's going on, and they took her down. So I wanted to do a video and just kind of go over everything that's happening right now, and just kind of make you guys aware. If you guys are getting into our videos and because you guys have started to get targeted, there's a protocol that they have to this thing, and basically what it is it's a hush up type of program where they want you to shut up, or they want you to they want you to basically they want you to have no credibility. So they're going to slander you, they're going to destroy your integrity, they're going to destroy all that, and they're going to make up rumors, they're going to slander you. They're going to blacklist you from jobs so you don't have any money to protect yourself with, as far as like technology and getting lawyers and private investigators and all that stuff, because they're going to follow you around and do all that shit. So if you're going through this program and you just started it, you might want to start, getting some ways of actually, getting proof that they're doing it. Recorders in your home when you leave, if you get them coming in your home, if recorders, try to get them videotaped on some license plates chasing you around, some people, try to get some pictures. I found out once I got the pictures, though, my YouTube channel went to a crawl once I got some of these people on pictures, once I got them on camera. So if you go back to my library one where I have them in the library, you'll see them in the library. Those are the gang stalkers, and I put them full view so everybody can see them. You can see them watching my computer from behind me and talking to each other and almost like they're using telepathy at one point with one another. It's pretty crazy. So I don't know how they're doing that. Maybe they're not from this world. Some of them, I don't know. I do know that there's some that aren't, because I've seen them before. And, I've seen the breaks through the veil. You can actually get some good basically footage on them when you see them at certain times. Mainly during the day is when I usually catch it. And I've got a little bit of video on that, not a whole lot, because when you try to get your video out, the shape shifting, they usually try to hide, and they try to get out of there as fast as they can. So, but anyway, it's kind of weird. It's going to be weird for you guys that are just first getting into this. But what's happening here is it's basically a takeover. A lot of the revelations in the Bible have come true. So there's a lot of that stuff that's happening now. And with Trump, I was fully behind Trump 100% of the way, but I kind of like lost hope in it when I saw him give out the what is it? I said the word and I shouldn't have said it, but anyway, when he gave out the flu remedy, is when I kind of started like doubting it, because I know that in Revelations it says that the Antichrist will fool the world, and he will have like some miraculous thing that he does to get peace going in the world and things like that. And we've watched him do that with the Middle East a little bit already, and with North Korea. So right before he got out, before Biden came in. So, and then he also pushed the vaccine, and it says that the that he will utter in the number of the beast. He'll bring in the number of the beast, and that's exactly what he did right before he left. When he ushered in that remedy for the flu, he brought it in right before he got out of there, and a lot of people won't remember that because it was so quick. It was right at the end of his presidency before Biden took over. So, um, but when he comes back into power, which I'm assuming he's gonna, that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. And there's also a mural in Denver International Airport. If you look it up, go to Denver International Airport and look up the murals. And then go to images, and you will see, if you click images on Google, after you keyword that in, you'll see the murals, and you'll see that there's one where it has the leaders of the world looking at a book with a white dove there, and it's symbolizing peace. They look like little kids, but they're all dressed in their different outfits from depending on which region they're coming from. And you'll see one in the middle with blonde hair and a big hammer up in the air, about ready to hit the book. And it does look quite a bit like it possibly could have been Trump's, but I don't know. I hope he's for good. I hope he is, means well, but I know he's bloodlined. I know he's bloodlined in with these people, and from a different type of cabal. I think it's from the northern side, and maybe it's good. I mean, we definitely need a change over in something. I mean, if it's cabals, fine. I mean, we need something better than this shit that's going on, because the satanic ritual abuse and all that stuff is really, really bad right now. And if he's freeing the children and stuff, then maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just a cabal changeover, and that's a good thing. And I hope it is. I hope he means good, and maybe it's all going to work out. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to work out, but I just know one thing. I'm not going to put all my eggs in that basket, or in any of them for that matter, because once you do that, you're giving your power away to these people, or basically these political parties and stuff. You're going to give your power away, and you don't want to do that. So just try to keep that on a down low. And then what else was I going to say? As far as like, what else was I going to talk about? Yeah, I wanted to talk about like my something going on with me. I haven't done a lot of videos lately because I got some physical things that are happening with me. I'm getting like smaller. My shoe sizes are two sizes smaller than they used to be. Um, what else is different? I've shrunk like 2 inches too, which is really weird. I mean, I'm at like 5'9". I was at 5'11", and I know you're supposed to get a little, maybe get smaller as you get older, but um, this is really fast, and just other changes too. I could just go into it a little bit more detail if you'd like, but it's kind of strange. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pause it and show you what I'm talking about here. Hang on just a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you. This is my shoe size as of like, I don't know, 6 years ago. Okay, I'm gonna show you the difference in my shoe size now. Okay, this is my foot now. Okay. Oh wait, let me go the other way. Sorry. So yeah, as you can see, quite a big difference in foot size. You see that what I'm talking about? So I don't know how to. I don't know what to say about that. It's really weird. So I don't know why that is, but it's definitely shorter. And I could show you my height too, but you guys get the point. So yeah, I've been having some weird physical things that are happening, and so I haven't done as many videos lately because I've been kind of dealing with a lot of stress with that, and still trying to find jobs and things of that nature. What I can tell you guys is we are we need to kind of we got to come together, guys, as far as our groups, the groups that are out there, anonymous. We have the other groups, the new ones, the Black Lives Matter, the Antifa ones, those ones there. All those groups, they may have had good messages, but we got to have, like, we can't be corrupt. We can't be corrupted by money. I think a lot of those organizations were getting corrupted by the money. I think Soros was paying for a lot of stuff, and I think it brought in a lot of corruption and brought in a lot of bad seeds that came in to redirect the energy of those movements. And you guys can't let them do that, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to take advantage of it so that they can divide you guys and divide you against the other people. You can't let the money have any power over you, is what it is. Okay. So because we're going to have plenty of money when this is all over. Okay, if we win this. Okay, so don't just forget about the money and just do it. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what's right. Okay, for the people, for this country. We need to bring these groups together. And all stand and speak as one. Because if we do that, if we all come together, all these groups, we can do this. We can make this thing happen. But we all have to come together. We can't just do it divided. It's not going to work that way. All they're going to do is make us fight each other, and that's what's been happening. And so we need to redirect that energy and actually speak up with one another. Religions, we can't be divided by religions and stuff. The Christians, you gotta understand that a lot of these people, a lot of the good Wiccans and a lot of these people like mystics and people like that. I mean, New Age, they might be, they're different than you as far as what they believe, but you'd be surprised. There's not a lot of difference if you think about it. And the thing is religion has been dividing us for years. Okay. For years, I mean, years, thousands of years, they've been using the same religion. It's basically solar worship is what they use. And, it's divided us against one another. It's caused wars that have murdered millions of people. The Knights Templar ravaged and took all the treasures of every civilization that was on Earth. Murdered all the people that were in these towns. I mean, just completely robbed them blind and stole everything they owned, with a Bible in their hand. And so you got to understand why these people don't like Christianity, and that's why it's so hard. You're wondering why these people don't convert. Well, Jesus is so much love. They don't see it as love. They see it as like murdering. They came in and wiped out their relatives, their ancestors. So, you guys need to come together and put the religion aside. It's all bullshit at the end of the day. It really is. Okay. There is a creator. Okay. He's the creator of the universe, but he's a part of everything in this world. It's an energy, and he's a part of us. He's inside us, and that's how we find him. That's what I believe. Okay, because I believe we need to keep our power. When you give your power away, and that's what the churches were doing, the Pharisees and stuff, you're basically giving your power away to somebody else. To basically, when you have to give your sins to the confession to the bishops or whatever, the priests. When you do that, you're giving your power to them. They shouldn't have that kind of power. Your power should be straight directly to God. Okay, so you're giving your power to the church. And then you read, he's not taking it to God. He's not worshiping God. Okay. And I want to say, I know there's probably some good Catholics out there that don't know what they're doing. They might be naive to this, but it's not going to a God of the universe. It's going to a lower God. Okay. And you might not even call that a God. And you'd probably call that demonic of some sort, because you're giving it to a negative power. These people at the top of those places, the Vatican's the top structure of this cabal, okay? And they basically dictate through Jesuit order what happens to all these churches. They've infiltrated every church, okay? They did it through religions, through denominations. I think the Pentecostal was the last one that got infiltrated by the Jesuit order. But they're all compromised, okay? And every single priest, every single minister, all those, they have to go through a certain number of questionnaires that they have to pass before they can actually become, a pastor, a priest. And so they get vented. They're getting filtered out. Okay, certain ones are. You'll still find some that are out there that speak the truth, and they do step on the line a little bit and cross it here and there, and that's a good thing. So don't feel bad. Don't just quit going to your church if they're telling you things that you need to know. But you got to realize that it's not all about what the church is telling you it's about, okay? That it's a little bit darker than that, and everything's so upside down. A lot of these Wiccans and these people have been fighting these people way longer than you have, and a lot of them have been burned to a stake, their relatives, because they were accused of witchcraft and things like that when they were just using certain remedies, for using cinnamon, for instance, making a dessert, they would say that was witchcraft. They used cinnamon, so they would burn them to a stake for that. I mean, does that sound reasonable to you? No, it doesn't, does it? And this was the Christians doing it. Okay, so you got to understand where they're coming from. Okay, this is it's gone on for way too long. We've been divided for way too long. So we need to come together and realize that we are one people, and that the only way we're going to beat them is to stand together as one. Okay, so that's what I wanted to get out, that message as well, because it's important, especially right now. I mean, we have a chance to take. I know that we do it anyway, but we need to do it now, rather than later, and we need to come together now. That right now is a great time to do it. Okay, um, because he's throwing so many things out of loop right now. The new administration is that we need to come together and bring it back into like view so that we can, because it's way, I mean, the things that they're doing, it's not even Democrat anymore. I don't know what it is. It's not even liberal what they're doing. I mean, it's basically a communist type of takeover is what it is. So we really need to like speak our freedom of speech and speak our liberties right now, and don't let them take those from you, and stand up for yourself. And if you see your brothers and sisters, something happen to them, stand up for them too. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're, even if it's your enemy, if it's the guy next door that you hate, and you see him getting taken down, it doesn't matter, to help him out. We need to forgive each other. Okay, we can't keep disrespecting each other. We got to forgive, and we got to make peace with all those resentments. Okay, because it's got to clear our energy. The more we clear our energy, the higher our vibration goes, and the less work we have to do. So once we raise our vibration, we start mending those resentments that we have towards people, healing all that stuff, because we all have a responsibility to pay in this. Okay, we allowed it to get to this point in our lives where we don't even have a right to vote for anything anymore. I mean, we gave them all of our power. Why did we do that? Naive. We were naive. Mostly we're sleeping. They had us, they were using a lot of things to basically keep us asleep, to not know what they were doing. So they're very smart as far as what that goes, and they're not going to quit until they go down. And you'll see that with CNN. I mean, look at CNN and how many lies that they've been spewing on that network. I mean, lie after lie after lie, and they will not say sorry for any of them. They just keep going. So they don't they don't care about anybody but themselves, and that's what they're going to continue to do until they go down. So just realize that, and eventually they will go down. I guarantee you that. It's coming to that. For those that are out there that are doing these things, they're helping in this type of activity against people. You're targeting people. You're part of this kill campaign, satanic ritual abuse, and the trafficking scheme, all that stuff. If you're involved in that right now, you need to speak up and tell them what, basically turn yourselves into them, because if they find you instead, and they will eventually find you because they're going through it pretty extensively. I know they are on the acts. We don't know what's going on, but the military's doing it. Okay, I know that they're doing it. Okay, and I'm not going to tell you how I know. I just know. Okay, so they're going after a lot of people still right now. Okay, so as far as like Trump putting that into the works, it's working. It's still happening as we speak. So anyway, you're all going to get caught. So it's better if you do it now than have the invisible hand, because he's going to flip you over anyway, and you're going to get nailed, and it's going to be in a way worse way, way more humiliating, and way more. You can have way more more punishment than it would be if you just went up and say, hey, this is what happened. I was being coerced. If you're being blackmailed and stuff, or you're being, you did it for money. If that's kind of stuff is happening, and and the money thing, greed is one of the things that gets you. Well, it's better to like repent and say that, hey, I was just getting paid. I couldn't make my house payment if I would have stopped doing this or that, or because any participation in this thing, and you're done. I mean, you're just a part of it. You're helping. So, and we all help if we're being angry and we're doing things towards people, and we're not being our best selves to one another, then we're helping them. So human beings aren't supposed to be that way. We're not supposed to be resentful, and hateful, and mean and stuff like that. And we've become that kind of a society. So we need to change that. And that's one of the reasons why they make you wear the muzzles. It's to keep people separated from one another, okay? Because our light, we all have an energy around us, and our light cups and mingles with each other, and it builds like, creates a higher frequency when we do that. And they don't want us doing that. They want us in our homes, not around each other, not talking to each other, and not getting this information out there is what they want us doing. So not doing, I should say. But anyway, what else? I just wanted to shoot that out, and then yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know. I think I figured out what my mission was to, like, I think it's balance. Like I was supposed to balance my my energy, and I think I'm close to doing that. I don't know. Hopefully I am. I think really close to it because I've had to go through a lot in order to do that. So I'm hoping that's what it is. And then the changes physically may have something to do with it too. Maybe that's what it is. I got to change into another something person or something. I don't know what the heck is happening, but I'm just gonna like let it roll, and whatever happens, happens. I don't care. I'm not gonna change my thinking on this stuff, and I'm not gonna like. I mean, I'm not gonna feed them either. I'm gonna forgive. We got to forgive our enemies. So you got to forgive the people that have done this to us. In order to do that, it's really hard. You have to like, and you don't have to have like confirmation from them that you forgave them either. Because once you forgive them, and once you call somebody up, say, hey, I'm sorry for what I did this, or if you did something to somebody a long time ago, call them up, say I'm sorry. And if they're so mad at you and they hang up or whatever, fine. But you still apologized. So you got it out of your energy field and into theirs. So now it's up to them to clear their energy field by accepting your apology. So they would have to call you, or they could just accept it in their mind. Either way, they would clear their energy by doing that. So it's just about clearing each other's energy and getting this disrespect that we've had for one another, in classism, the classes, whether you're a higher person in society as far as class goes or lower. I mean, there's no divides. We can't have any divides among us. We have to actually step into our power, and everybody has a power. We got to all step into it and be the sovereign beings that we're supposed to be, powerful, creative, and unyielding. We're supposed to be, they're not supposed to be able to do this to us. We're supposed to be way more powerful than this. But what the problem is, we've given our power away to these systems and these people, or these entities, whatever you want to call them, and they've taken it from us and they've hijacked it. So we need to take it back, is what we're trying to do right now. So let's try to do that. Let's try to work on doing that. And then what else? And then that's pretty much it. I had a couple. Oh yeah, I had a couple poems. I'm gonna read you guys. This is one I wrote the other day. It's called "In Your Darkness." Sometimes a glimpse can be observed in bewildered chaos, unshackling reason within the unsettling scurry, through cascading and fragmented veils. Only can the true broken sufferer find purpose in end's fury. The procrastinated hopes and dreams clutter the materialistic gutter of Pisces close. As angered souls comb the streets from deep below, revengeful fueled by spite, they now look for their foes. Tangled shifts and timelines desperately search for their assembled ends. As light directs old darkness from hiding, forgiveness for healing the broken it now sends. Yesterday's darkness, shedding its old, scaly skin, has no shame in the destructive discourse. Bright, fresh hope now approaches, forgetting shattered old remorse. The black crow is always heard and knows the ancient routine, cycling the birth, betrayal, death, and then rebirth is what Chronos opens to be seen. Tread lightly and be careful within its louvers, for these folds know not where one has been. One can become lost without source direction and heart drained thin. Walking the tightrope of balance of dark and light between is difficult to achieve, for it's sought through the void and dark shadows. Be respectful of its darkness. Though light can only illuminate darkness, only in its deep darkness, perceived light only glows. Anyway, that's one of them, and then I had another one here. I'm just going to do a couple of them because I gotta end this because it's kind of getting out at 24 minutes. I like to keep them shorter than that, like 15 minutes. But anyway, so here's my last one here. Sometimes in the spring late afternoon, the wind whispers to the listeners of her flowering choir of new editions. The silence in the evening clears the worries and mind of all the day's abrasions and stressful incisions. Sometimes faint croaks are heard in night darkness from the lake outside town. Living the simple, harmonious life refreshes the soul, the will never bound. Casted shadows of the sky, reaching towering pines, makes loneliness here more transparent. The cosmos twinkle and gleam as they receive all the night's prayers, that were sent. Before long, a glowing pink strip can be seen above town in the east. Birds chirp and whistle as it brings forth new light today, its fluttering feast. Anyway, there's another one, and then, hang on, I think I might have one more. Hang on a second. Okay, sorry guys. So anyway, I'm just going to do two more real quick ones here. This one's called Broken Times. The rain dances across the fresh puddles next to the sidewalk in the busy urban town. Swirling umbrellas dash to and fro down busy sidewalks. Some silhouettes quickly scour to their vehicles, others to the subway underground. A man leaves his home as his wife screams out, "Loser!" The door then slams closed. Another negative emotional dagger twisting in, unyielding to his high stack of so many lows. The little girl observes his dramatic departure from the cracked window in the apartment above. Tears streaming down her rosy cheeks, the street lamps begin to flicker as the street closes itself in darkness null of love. The man looks up, his shame becomes him. A teardrop fills his eye. Pulling up pink paper from his front pocket, crumbling it up as he throws it in the water-saturated gutter, then he waves his last goodbye. Across the street, a young girl walks in her fishnet stockings. Anxiety clouds her mind. She is low on her money again. The slight black eye showing of last week's reminder he will again not deal with it kind. She hums an old song softly to herself, danger engulfed in fear surrounding her from all sides. The same song from the hospital her mother hoarsely sung bravely while sick, holding her hand tightly, whispering, "I love you," before she finally dies. Kind of like I know, not very optimistic on that one. I don't know. Just, I have some of those weird things too. I don't know. I don't know. Both sides, I guess, duality, light, dark, so balance, right? The old man sits quietly on the park bench, observing the geese. This is another poem. The old man sits quietly on the park bench, observing the geese, flapping rhythmically as they ascend toward the faded skyline, heading north towards a more sunnier stay. The plastic clouds begin stacking before the faint glow of the sunset in the distance. Its rays softly touches them with violet and goldish beauty, saying goodbye to them before parting its way. The park's playground rests empty. Rust-colored leaves, broken carcasses swirl in its sandy foundational nooks. No children's laughter, no courageous youngster on top with their arms raised in boast. Swings creak eerily, bringing an emptiness to him as he rests. The cold night breeze gently sways them as if pushing their ghosts. A tear begins to slide its way down his left cheek, remembering it all like yesterday, destroying our freedom first, silencing those who disagreed or dared to speak. And that's about it. I had some other, thoughts and stuff I'd written down, but I'm not going to read them now because this video is way too long already. So anyway, I was thinking of something the other day when I was reading the Bible. I think in the Bible it talks about if you're lukewarm that God spits you out of His mouth. Maybe that's. I was thinking about lukewarm. I'm like, well, what about lukewarm? If your coffee's too hot, you can't drink it. If it's too cold, you don't want to drink it. But if it's lukewarm, it's perfect, right? You can drink it. And your bath water, if it's too cold, you don't get in it. You can't get in it. If it's too hot, you can't get in it. But if it's lukewarm, it's perfect, right? So I'm thinking this. I'm thinking maybe getting spit out of God's mouth is getting spit out of the matrix. Maybe that's what he was talking about, because it doesn't say where he's sending you. He just spits you out of his mouth. So maybe that's the way out of here, guys. Maybe we need to get spit out the matrix. Maybe that's the only way out.